Oh, hi, y'all. Welcome to Nikki's World, where my podcast show will give you viewpoints and insight that others will not give. I'll talk about like what's current, what's on the news, what is out there, and I will always cite sources and I always cite facts and news links so y'all know what I'm actually talking about. I give you my viewpoints and opinions, and if you want to hear what I have to say, what's on my mind and all that, I let y'all into my world and let y'all hear and listen to what I'm thinking and what's going through my mind. So if you love stuff like that, tune into Nikki's World twice a week, where you'll get 2-3 podcast episodes a week on what I talk about and what's on my mind. So thanks for listening, and let's get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Oh, hi guys. Welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. And today, guys, we got to talk about RFK dropping out and endorsing Trump. And then we got to talk about the Telegram app CEO getting arrested in France at the behest of European governments and American governments. And then we got to talk about the so called Kamala Harris's economic plan, which is more akin to the former President Richard Nixon's economic plan, which was a disaster, we're going to talk about. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, seriously, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Locals, guys. If you guys want to support and sponsor Nikki's World, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe. Please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have a bunch of affiliate links, including Minds.com, which is the free speech alternative to Facebook. I also have a link to Burner.com if you guys believe in self defense and less lethal options. You guys can buy a burner pistol in the link in the description below. I also have an adult diaper referral link with North Shore Medical Supply. So if you guys know anybody who wears adult diapers like I do, you guys can buy them in the link in the description below. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today? Woo! Wow, yeah, guys, yeah. What a mouthful, man. What a mouthful. And boy, man, I'm diapered up as always. I'm in my t-shirt and North Shore Mega Max diaper, podcasting to y'all as always. You know how that goes. And yeah, I'm getting down to the wire for grad school. My semester classes are almost over. I get a break off, and then I have what you call a vacation time coming up on Labor Day weekend. So I might be going nude camping, or I just might hang out and go fishing. Okay, that depends on how things are. Okay, and as far as like my modeling and photo shoots, guys, I really hit the big time, ladies and gentlemen. I am now a published model. I got published in an international magazine. So if you guys want to take a look at it, the link's in the description below. And basically, I'm now a published model. So I have my photo shoots published in an international magazine. So I am now a recognized model like globally, okay? So that is kind of cool and awesome, you know? So that's great. All right. So anyway, guys, that's all for the formalities and all that. So let's get on with the show today, shall we? So today, guys, I want to talk about this in detail. Several of this popped up on my RSS feed, and then I'm gonna tell you this, guys. I do have RSS readers on my computer and on my tablet and on my phone. So any story that pops up and it pops up so often, I'm gonna talk about it on the show because that's how I keep up with the news. I aggregate a lot of sites through my RSS reader. So anything that pops up that is being talked about more often, that I'm gonna talk about it, okay? I'm gonna dive into it and I'm gonna give you all my spin, my take, my view, and everything. All right. So this couple of this article and a couple of these articles came up. Okay. Telegram founder Pavel Durov arrested in France, reportedly because France and the European Union wanted to arrest like people like Elon Musk and people who owned like social media platforms because they can't bow to their will or they can't censor people. It This is why, guys, Elon Musk and Rumble is glad that they're taking a stand on this and saying, "Fuck you, Europe. You're not censoring people's right to speak up. You don't like it? Go fucking pound sand for all I care." The fact that like this founder of Telegram, which I have the app as well. I am on Telegram too. This this government in France wanted to silence your right to speak freely, your right to speak privately. Basically, it's like this: the founder of Telegram, Pavel Durov, he got arrested the second he got off the plane in France because they can't they wanted to silence him. They wanted to basically say, "Oh, if you can't you if you don't silence these people, if you don't suppress these people, we're coming after you and we're gonna intimidate and silence you." I say like this: it happened to Telegram in Brazil. Brazilian government threatened, intimidated, and then silenced them in Brazil. That's why Telegram pulled out of Brazil. Same thing with Twitter. Twitter or X. X pulled out of Brazil. Elon Musk should do the same thing to Western Europe. Pull him out of pull out of Europe and say, no, we're not opening business in Europe. We're gonna block access to European countries. Let Europe have their own. Let Europe create their own version if they so choose to. Okay, if they so choose to. The fact of the matter is, guys, this is an intimidation hit job by the European governments and the State Department. Because the fact of the matter is, the State Department probably like nudged and pushed the French government to arrest him because they want to intimidate him, they want him silenced, and they want to bully him into saying, "Oh, if you don't censor these people, if you don't block, censor, ban these people, we're coming after you." This is intimidation at its finest, at its cleanest left, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fact that the French government has intimidated like Pavel Durov, okay, and Telegram because Telegram refuses to silence, refuses to bow down to authoritarian left. I'm telling you, man, and I'm going to say this. This is going to be a stark warning. We're headed for another World War II in in this planet, ladies and gentlemen. We're like what 5 minutes away from another World War II. The way these like authoritarian leftists, socialists, and liberal communists are doing it on this planet, we're headed for another World War II here, and it could be World War III. The fact of the matter is, guys, these authoritarian leftist government want to intimidate you. They want to isolate you. They want basically to say like this: "Oh, you don't have a right to speak. Oh, we need to monitor your speech." Well, I tell you what, when bullets start flying, there ain't gonna be no monitoring of that shit. Okay, there ain't going to. The fact of the matter is, guys, this is nothing more than pure intimidation. This is nothing more than basically trying to silence your right to speak freely, your right to assemble. Okay? The European governments hate the fact that they can't censor you on Telegram. Same thing on Rumble, same thing on Gab. European governments hate the fact that they can't censor your right to speak freely. That's like the same as that UK police commissioner by the name of like Mark Rowley, who wanted to threaten to arrest Americans for promoting the riots in the UK. I go like this to Mark Rowley: "Come try me, bro. I'll make you relive 1776 and 1812 all over again." It's that simple. The authoritarian left globally is doing all they can to silence your damn fucking right to speak freely. And I'm telling you right now, we're on a collision course for a global civil war. We're on that collision course. Once we pass that red line, it's all over. Not even the left could put the genie back in the bottle. Okay? Not even the authoritarian left, guys. I'm sorry to say this, guys. I'm sorry to say this. We're headed for a civil war in this country. We are. We're headed for one. And the sad fact is, guys, the sad fact is that we're headed for one major global civil war because of the fact that the authoritarian left wants to silence, censor, and stay in power, which ain't going to happen because people will rise up over this shit. Okay, the one thing I want to say is like this: I use Telegram myself. I use Telegram to keep up with the news. Okay, keep up with like what's going on globally that the mainstream media will not publish. Okay, I keep up with that. On top of all that, guys, on top of all that, it's a place where people want to chat with me privately, securely, and encrypted. There you go. You can, and I tell people, I am on Telegram. If you want to chat with me privately, securely, knowing that governments or anyone can't see what we're talking about, you guys can come chat with me on Telegram. I have a bunch of I have like chat apps that I don't use. I mean, I use, but that basically like this. I don't let government see what I'm saying. I have chat apps like Telegram, Simple X, and Signal that are all encrypted, which means is like this. They can't even see what I'm saying. They can't even see what I'm talking about. And I'll say this, guys. I'm also big on encryption, like PGP. PGP is pretty good privacy, which is based on the military's encryption protocols. So, which means is like this: all my emails are encrypted. So the only way to open my email is to decrypt it. And to decrypt it, basically, is like this. From what one professor says, you'd have to take all the computing power in the world to just decrypt one email. And that would take about like what, a billion years? Yeah, that would take a billion years for that to happen. So that's why I'm always big on encryption. And I believe encryption should be a way to help people chat and talk securely and freely without the prying eyes of government or leftists who want to censor your free speech. Basically, to me, guys, basically to me, this is an attack on freedom of speech. This is an attack on people's rights to speak freely, to basically express your viewpoint, opinions, beliefs, no matter how hateful, violent rhetoric. You have a right to speak. Hell, I will champion your right to speak. The fact that like you got like European governments who are trying to censor your right to speak. Let me tell you something. That's why people carry guns. It's because they carry guns so that we protect our rights to say you're a dick, pussy, asshole, and a son of a bitch. Yeah, that's why. But European nations want to go at this. Oh, well, you can't say this. You can't say this. You can't say this. It's violent. It's hateful. It's this and this and this. Well, too bad. Too bad. That's why it pissed off a lot of people on the right because people on the right are using Telegram to even speak, talk, debate that leftists don't even like. Okay, I use Telegram. Hell, I have Telegram on my MacBook, my iPhone, my iPad. I have it because I want to be able to keep up with what's going on around the world. I want to be able to know what's happening. I really do. And I also have Signal. Signal is a secure encrypted messaging app. So if you want to tell me your stuff that is so confidential, so secretive that you don't want anybody else to know, I have Signal as well. I don't use the liberal apps like WhatsApp, okay? Facebook Messenger, I use that, but I'm very cautious of what I say. That way I don't draw fire from them. Same thing with WhatsApp. I don't use that as well. I mean, I don't because WhatsApp is owned by Facebook and you have to and it's been rife with scammers and all that shit. So, and their level of encryption is so half-assed that even a, even an elementary school kid can hack it in less than 5 minutes. They pretty much can, guys. They pretty much can. The sad reality of all this, guys, the sad reality is that this is an assault on freedom of speech. This is an assault on people's right to speak freely, okay? Without fear of censorship or government control. It really is, guys. It really is. It really is. To me, guys, to me, Telegram has been a place where you can speak freely, say what you want, say without repercussions. Although the left wants to censor and put like people who would censor your speech, it's like fuck you. Because if I'm telling you, if leftist governments and leftists keep doing this shit, when the bullets start flying, I'm gonna sit there and go like this. Y'all did it to yourself, and this is what you get for doing this shit. Yeah, this is what you get. The fact that this and this is my viewpoint, guys. This, in my opinion, was done at the behest of the State Department because the State Department wanted to control what people hear, say, or view, and then they had somebody from the State Department go to the French government and say, "Hey, go arrest the CEO of Telegram, make up a fake charge or something. Just get him to be silent and all this shit." That's what I think happened, guys. That might be my conspiracy theory view or my opinion what might have happened, but I may not have the data, but that's what I believe is going on because if you look if you look at our State Department here in America, it wouldn't put two plus two that they probably did it to Facebook and WhatsApp, you know? And I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that to Telegram because they can't directly attack Telegram, but what they're trying to do is take down the CEO. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me, guys. Would not surprise me one bit, guys. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this, guys. It makes Telegram a lot stronger. The left thinks by attacking the CEO that oh it's gonna weaken Telegram. No, dude, it's gonna make it stronger. People are gonna use it more. People are gonna go on that platform more. People are gonna fucking realize that yeah, you could speak freely. You could say your peep. You could say whatever you want without fear of like censorship. Yes, you can. A lot of people are gonna fucking realize it. A lot of people are. And a lot of people are gonna realize Telegram is being used even by the Israeli Defense Force just to send out alerts to people by saying, "Hey, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen." Or we're getting this and this and this. Please take shelter immediately. Yeah, even the Israeli Defense Force is using Telegram, and I follow them on Telegram as well. The sad fact is, guys, the European Union, along with their leftist liberal friends, are basically trying to silence. Okay, they're trying to silence Telegram. They're trying to silence your right to speak freely. Even like even right wing NGOs, that's a haven for them to spread their message when they have countries that make it impossible to spread their message. Yeah, they really do, guys. That's why you see apps like That's why you see apps like Telegram exist. And I wouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if you got right wingers in the UK using Telegram or Signal to send messages between their groups and even chat privately without the fear of like government trying to crack down on their right. Wouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Would not be surprised. Wouldn't shock me at all, guys. It would not shock me at all. Okay? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. But the fact of the matter is, guys, it's happening. And what do we do? We just go harder on them. We just tell them like this. You ain't gonna be able to censor us no matter how hard you try. Okay? You're not gonna be able to silence my free speech rights no matter how hard you fucking try. Because there's always going to be a way to speak up. And there's going to be platforms like Rumble and X who are defending people's rights to speak freely. Hell yeah, man. There's going to. Now, as far as X is concerned, my opinion, you'll never see me back on that platform. Even since Elon Musk owning it, you'll never see me on that platform. There's a couple of reasons for that. Is because there are trans cult members, there are AGP fetish and trans cult terrorist members that are on that platform. You'll never see me on that platform because as an intersex DSD person, I would be harassed, hounded, bullied, threatened, and intimidated in seconds. So you'll never see me on X. I mean, the last time I was on X is like what, 20, about like, let's see, I graduated school 2016, about 2018, since 2018. And it's like what, 2024, about 6 or 7 years. You'll never see me back on that platform. That's why it's like this. Even if Elon Musk granted me back on the platform, I'll never go back because unless he gets rid of all the violent AGPs, the trans cult members, the fetish dudes who claim to be a girl but have a 6-inch dick. No, you'll never see me back on there. You'll never. You'll never. Not even not a million years. Not for all the money in the world. No, not for all that, guys. Yeah, not for all the money in the world. Okay? That's why you'll see me more on alternative social media platforms like Gab, MeWe, Minds, Rumble, Getter, Truth Social. Okay? You'll also see me on messaging apps like Signal and Telegram. Okay? You'll also see me on those because you know why? Those platforms, I get to say what I want freely. I get to post stuff without fear of censorship. I get to. So that's the good thing about that. That's the good thing about all these messaging apps, all these alternative messaging apps. Okay. I don't use WhatsApp because I know WhatsApp probably has government censors who are spying on your platform. So I don't use all those. I use all the alternative ones that are out there. And I use the ones that I know I can speak freely without fear of censorship, which is partly a good thing. And which is why I firmly believe, like this, guys, that I would rather speak on alternative social media platforms than on the liberal ones, because the liberal ones, we all know, they would silence you, they would like censor you, block, suspend, and deplatform you. So that's why for people who value freedom of speech, and the right to speak freely without fear of censorship. You have a home on alternative social media platforms. You have a place where you can speak up and speak freely and not be afraid of being censored or silenced by anyone. It's that simple, guys. It's really that simple. All right, now, next topic I want to talk about, guys. Robert Kennedy Jr. suspending his campaign and endorsing Trump. Here's my take on this. Robert Kennedy Jr. was never going to be a viable candidate to run, even if his name, even with his family name, there was no way in hell, okay, that he was going to be a viable candidate. Maybe in 2028, when Trump finishes his last 4-year term in office, there's a viable chance he can run there. But what he is doing is still staying on the ballot and being trouble for the Democrats who have what? The laughing hyena, you know, the laughing hyena socialist communist Kamala Harris. The the fact that Robert Kennedy Jr. is suspending his campaign and endorsing Trump is huge, especially for people in swings, especially for people who are realizing that, look, if Trump takes Kennedy's ideas and runs with it, and all Trump has to do is highlight and show what a fucking miserable country this has become under the Democrats and highlight their failures, he's assured to win, and we are going to more likely repeat the 1984 presidential election of Ronald Reagan versus Walter Mondale. And if you don't know your history on that election, guys, I suggest you look it up on the internet. Use your favorite search engine, okay? Whether it's leftist Google, I use Brave, okay? You look it up. Because I'll tell you, in 1984, Ronald Reagan won by a landslide because the economy under Jimmy Carter was a fucking epic disaster. And Ronald Reagan won. Okay? And then no governor from Minnesota has ever won a presidential election. The only state that they probably won was what, mostly out of like Minneapolis, Washington D.C., and I believe Rhode Island. Only three states, and Ronald Reagan was able to sweep the country and win in a landslide. Yeah, we're gonna see that. This is my dire prediction, guys. We're gonna see this presidential. We're gonna see a repeat of the 1984 presidential election all over again, and that's why I've been reading up on it to see how it all panned out and how it mirrors today's election. It's that simple. So that's why I look at it like this. The economy was in shambles in the early 80s. Ronald Reagan promised to revamp America, or as they say, he was the OG of MAGA. He was the original Make America Great Again. But then the real granddaddy was John F. Kennedy. Okay, but to me, guys, John F. Kennedy and Reagan were the people who wanted to make America great, who wanted to have a strong middle class and a strong working class. He wanted to have those. He really did, guys. He really did. So to me, guys, the endorsement's huge. It basically like this threatens the Trump's able to threaten the Democrats in swing states, and especially in battleground states. Because while Kennedy was there, he was siphoning ballots. He was siphoning like people from both Republican and Democrats. Now that Kennedy is not running and endorsing Trump, Trump's able to channel all the Kennedy supporters into Trump's camp. And basically, and this is my opinion on this, Trump is going to use Kennedy to spoil the Democrats and basically do damage to the Democrats in swing states. We all know the reliable blue states like New England, New York, you know what I mean? Illinois, California. We all know Democrats got that locked. Okay? There's no way Trump's ever going to get those blue states. But the battleground states, now that Kennedy is out of the picture, Trump beats Harris by a fucking landslide. The polls even show that with Kennedy out of the picture, Trump wins by a huge margin. Trump wins so much that it ain't even funny. Okay? So that's why it's like this, guys. That's why that's why it's like this. The way I see see this election now, it's basically freedom versus communism. That's all it is. It's a battle between being free, having more money in my pocket that I can use to spend and buy stuff versus America living like Venezuela, having to be taxed to death and not being able to buy a lot. That's what the battle is between freedom versus communism. That's what this election is all going to be about, you know. But I will say this. I will say this, guys. More likely, Trump's going to win by a landslide, by a huge margin. Even with Kennedy still being on the ballot in these battleground states and causing trouble for the Democrats, in which he is, because he's already saying to the Democrats, "Why are you going to stick with Harris and the socialist communist shit? Why are you? Because you know why? It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You think that by sticking with Harris, you're gonna be joy, but no, that joy is gonna be with despair, with the fact that you can't afford all this shit. Heck, even right now, in I live in a blue state of Connecticut. With the level of taxes in this country, with the level of cost of living in this country, heck, I can't even afford the things I want to do. I struggle with affording the things. Like, say, for example, I want to be able to go nude camping this year. And 3 years ago, I couldn't afford to under the fucked up branding regime because I got taxed to the bone to the nth degree. And then even at the same time, I had to tap into my old 401k to pay for grad school. Yeah, that's this is why it's a battle between freedom and authoritarianism. It is. And this election is a battle between two sides. And I tell you this, what's probably going to scare the Democrats is you got fringe groups like Antifa, BLM, okay? the pro Hamas crowd. All right. And then you got the Never Harris crowd, too. That's going to cause trouble within their own party. But I go like this: let them, let them. The more infighting that the Democrats have, the better position Trump is to win by a landslide. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, Trump should let Antifa, BOM, the pro Hamas crowd, and the not Harris crowd, and the leftists and the liberals fight amongst each other. Let them destroy each other. All while Trump just slides right into the White House in January. That's that's all it's gonna take, guys. That is all it's gonna take. Okay? And this segues into the economy, okay? I read a couple of these articles from the Washington Times and the Wall Street Journal. And by the way, everything I talk about, guys, will be in the link in the description below. But it seems like the left and the Democrats and the liberals and the socialists and the communists want to resurrect Richard Nixon's price controls. Let me say this to the people who have never seen what has happened back then. Are you fucking out of your damn minds? Do you want long lines at the gas pumps? Do you want long lines at the grocery stores? Like basically store shelves so like Venezuela? Are the Democrats that fucking stupid to resurrect Richard Nixon's price controls? Because if you're not a student of history, which probably a lot of leftist liberals aren't, okay, read about what happened during Richard Nixon's time, okay, during the '60s and the '70s, okay. I'm gonna say between what 65 and 75. Read up that 10-year timeline in history. What happened to America during that time period when America was still embroiled in Vietnam War, when the price of everything went up, when social unrest ruled the roost in America. Read up on that, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be a fucking eye opener for you guys. It'll be the biggest fucking eye opener you'll ever see in your fucking damn life. Okay? Read up on that. Because I'm telling you right now, what Kamala Harris and her unhinged leftist, socialist, communist liberals want to do is bring back price controls of the Richard Nixon era. When I saw that, I was like, "This, are you fucking high? Are you fucking on drugs? Are you fucking mentally insane?" Because if you are, you must be a Democrat to be mentally insane. You must be. The fact that they want to bring back the Richard Nixon era price controls sounds to me like they never read they never sat in a college or high school level economics class or never sat in a history class, but instead they probably sat in a history of communism and basically like sat in more of a gender studies class than they did in an economics class. But for the left in this country that wants to bring back price controls, which is like communism, is like I sit there and like just go like this. I just go with this with my head down going, God, have we let way too many stupid people on this planet? I often say this like this, guys. The gene pool seriously fucking needs a filter change. And we need to it's like this. I know the left wants to put tampons in the men's room, which is their mantra. Maybe on the right we should put condoms in the bathroom. Control the like put birth control in the bathroom to control the population, you know, because for idiots to think that price controls is great for this country, I sometimes just want to take a book, maybe a thick history book, and slap it so far upside the head in their so far upside their head that by the time they wake up from being unconscious, they fucking realize what a dumbass they really are. Do these people love the gas lines of the 70s? Do these people love the fact that gas stations didn't have enough gas in the 70s? Everybody either carpooled or took what was back then rudimentary public transportation. Do these people love that or even rode their bikes in the 70s because they couldn't afford the gas because all these price control numbnuts, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. If the left and Democrats are gonna run this as their platform for the election, look for it. Because this is gonna be a losing proposition in any state. This is going to be a losing proposition. And this goes right along with Kamala Harris stealing Trump's idea of no tax on tips. Yeah. Nice stealing and cheating on ideas. And then this just goes to show Democrats can't run on their ideas. Democrats can't run on their platform, which is what? Pro abortion, pro transing of your kids, pro trans cult, which is where men are allowed in women's bathrooms, women's locker rooms, women's sports, women's competition, where men can claim to be women, where Democrats think that men can get pregnant. Oh yeah, let them run on that. Let them run on that. And let's see what happens when sane, everyday, common working class folks hear about that. Let them see what happens. Then they're gonna get laughed right out of the room, right out of the conference room and all that. Let them run on that, ladies and gentlemen. When they run on that, Trump's gonna be able to come in and say, no tax on tips, you know what I mean? Tax cuts for the working middle class. You know what I mean? And then if Trump takes Kennedy's idea of say free passport ID cards for US citizens and basically bankrolling expanding FHA for first time home buyers and regulating like BlackRock, Vanguard, the slate from buying up housing. If Trump takes that, I'm all for it. I am all for it in a heartbeat. Okay? If Trump takes Kennedy's policies and marries it to his, he'll win. He'll win in a fucking damn landslide. He'll win in less than 2 seconds. He'll win regardless, guys. He will literally win regardless. Okay, that to me, guys, is what you call a winning strategy. That to me, guys, is what you would call Trump really making America great again, and Trump really supporting the working the middle class, especially the blue collar workers who every day work their ass off but then get taxed to death. Yeah. If he takes all of Kennedy's policies and brings it to Trump's and Trump runs with it, my God. My God. Yeah. Yeah. But as far as the economy policies, let the left run on that. Let's see I'll tell you what. Once people realize what price control was like during the Richard Nixon era and what Kamala Harris wants to resurrect and bring back, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. People who are probably still alive from the Nixon era, okay, from the Nixon Carter era, are probably gonna sit there and go like this. Are you fucking out of your damn mind? Are you fucking mentally insane to think that's a good idea? Are you fucking are you fucking insane to think that price controls is a good idea? This is why Democrats should ask the elderly who lived during the Nixon and Carter era. Ask them what was it like when price controls were there. Ask them what was it like, because once they hear that, they're probably going to be like, "Oh no, 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 no! We're gonna have to get away from Harris. We're gonna have to do the slow walk backwards and say, no, 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 we can't slide with these people. These people are nuts. These people are mentally insane and all that. These people, okay, yeah, these people are, guys. Wow, wow, guys. Wow, what can you guys say, man? That was really almost a good long show for y'all today. That was a good long show. And boy, I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. I hope y'all did. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I do, guys. I really do, man. I really do. But before we end the show today, I want to tell you guys this, man. I am going to be taking Labor Day weekend off, which means I'll probably get to do whatever I want, like whatever if I can afford it, probably go nude camping. If I can't, I probably go I'll probably go like kayak fishing and all that. I probably would. You know, I'd love to go nude camping because it's kind of great. You know, I get to have fun. I get to do all this, and this. You know what I mean? I get to, you know, but I go like this. When Trump gets back into the White House and I can afford to go on all this and this and this and this, that would be great, man. I'd be able to go nude camping more. I'd be able to go hiking more. I'd be able to go kayak fishing more. Because one thing I want to get is like one of those Lotus Sis racks on my kayak so I can go kayak fishing more because I know I can't afford a trailer on this economy, but a Lotus Sis rack would probably be my next best thing. It probably would, guys. It probably would. But in any case, guys, I know for me, I gotta do a diaper change because, yeah, sometimes while podcasting, I probably took a dump in my diaper while I'm podcasting to y'all. So I definitely have to do a diaper change. And I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.